need help. Tens of child, like a lot of kids just wandering the streets looking for things to do. When we were there, one of the things that shocked me a lot was, I'm telling you, you go to New York. New York has 8 million people. You see the traffic and chaos that's how it is. Kinshasa, the Congo, has the capital, 17 million people, and there's no jobs. So you think about, we wake up, we have things to do. There's not even street jobs to clean the streets. There's a bunch of kids just wandering. And they're just making fires, making mud pies. You're just like, what are you doing? Where's your mom at? They're like, either they don't have a mom, they don't know where she's at, or her parents, or they just been hanging out with their friends, or they fall into a gang. And so they literally, like, when you walk, you just see people just everywhere not doing anything. There's nothing to do. But yeah, our hope is not lost. That's what God sends His people to go out and help the world. So, sorry, give me. Give my technical difficulties. Ruth's Home for Children, we desire to serve those, love on those who are hurting and lost and unwanted. We opened up a home. We started where so when we left Africa, we had a house there. We had family members living there, but after a while, we wanted to start something. God put in my mama's heart to start an orphanage there. And we have nowhere to go, but we decided let's use that house. We had a couple of people that were working with us. We had a ministry that was working us specifically, and so that's where the kids are at. There'll be a couple of pictures that we'll see it. I'll mention that. That's pretty much what Ruth's home was. It started from God just said, hey, do an orphanage. We have no money. We're like, we don't know how, but God's out to provide. When God tells you, He always provides. God doesn't call you, He equips the call. Ruth is our founder. Like I said, 17 years ago, God told her about this dream and vision. And my mom, there's 5 kids, so obviously she loves kids. And so, there's a strong passion. My mom sees little kids, like she wants to help them out. And so I believe that while she was just praying, God's like, hey, this is your passion. I actually gave this desire to you, so here, start your orphanage. And she was a little timid, but she said yes to the Lord. In the past, so 2018 is when we kind of made an official organization. 2020, it became a non-profit here in the States. 2021 and now, we're beginning the orphanage, the construction of the new orphanage they're trying to build. And if we can get that finished with that'll hold about 40 kids. During our first trip last July, that was the first time we went back to the country. I was super nervous because me and my sister and my mom, so I was like pretty much the bodyguard, so to say. And so I was kind of like, maybe half is going to be, they'll take me first, but it's not good. Green sandals. So this story here really impacted me personally because I was going through a lot, just like trying to transition. I just got my master's, so I was trying to transition into my career path, and I was trying to figure things out. When we went to the Congo, it was like one of the last few weeks we were there, and so middle of nowhere, there's just a random house there, and then there's a bunch of kids just playing around there, and I felt God was like, hey, go stop there, and go pray for them. And so we just stopped there. There was about like 7 kids. There was like 2 little girls that were just hanging out. Some of the brothers were actually naked. They were just hanging out there. And so we're just talking to them and telling them, encouraging them, praying for them, something we want to do potentially. And then the mom, she's never seen a $5 bill before, so she didn't know what to do with it. And so one thing God told me to do was I gave $5 to certain people they asked me to give, and that lady was one of them. So I gave her $5. She told my mom, "What is this word? What is this? I've never seen it before." So my mom explained to her, "Is this actually this value in the Congo money?" And she was super excited because it's a lot of money in the Congo. But what touched me was my boat. So she was just hanging out, and I was playing around with her a little bit, and I just told her, hey, when I come back, I want to give you back some like stuffed animals, some candy, I want to give you back some presents, some toys. She was like, sir, honestly, that's really good. I just really want some shoes. I've never had sandals in my life before. If you could just bring back sandals, that'll be it. And I was like, oh, great, I'll do that for sure. And I'll bring back some stuffed animals. But she asked specifically for green sandals, because green was her favorite color. So that's me. I couldn't find the green sandals, unfortunately. I found some glitter ones. She liked that better. And so I didn't get to get some of her brothers. As you see, they don't have shoes in the background. I didn't get to get them, but I told them next time we go, I'll bring the whole family some as well. But like I said, during this time, this was the last week we were here on our second trip. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. We got in an extreme accident. We got in a devastating accident So for the next 4 days, I stopped talking. I was just depressed. I was like, God, you told us to come here, and then things aren't clicking. A lot of just mishaps, right? So I was like really down. And so God was like, hey, are you really here for me, or are you here for you? If you're here for me, you're gonna continue. And so the last week we were there, I went to give her these sandals. After I saw her, like how happy she was, I just broke down. And I was like, you know what, God, I'm gonna continue. If I can just be here 3 weeks, not do nothing, but just put one smile on the girl's face, that's what matters. And so I broke down, and that really hit my. That's a really impactful story for me, because I was just going through. I was ready to just throw it in the bag, but like I said, it's for the people. We're here for the people.